Hey guys, it is your wax girl, and I wanted to do a kind of different video today instead of just you looking at my face. So I decided to put my kindergarten drawing skills to the test, and you guys get to enjoy this video. Been a little busy. I just started my new job yesterday. Woohoo! So this video should have been posted yesterday. So this is why I don't use crayons in my candles, and maybe why you shouldn't either. And I thought this was kind of important because crayons are pretty popular to use, so. Okay, so there have been a few changes here. You'll see my intro is a little different, switching some things up on my page, so, you know, why not do something different with this video, I guess. So, basically, I just want to start with the basics with you of kind of how candles even freaking work, you know? And once I explain kind of how they work, it'll make a little more sense as to why crayons aren't the best item to use to dye your candles. So, while they are very convenient, and I wish that they were had higher success rate, I don't really want to attempt that with my candles because I actually want them to burn all the way down. So, this is a candle. This is your candle on drugs. Just kidding. Okay, so your candle's on fire. Great, good job. And here's your wick, and this is kind of the focal point of why crayons don't work very well. So here's your melt pool. Basically, as your candle is lit, it is creating extra melty wax, and your wick is sucking up this extra wax like a straw, and basically like the gas, the vapors, or whatever form of the wax is what is actually on fire. It's what is keeping your wick or your candle lit. Yeah, that was a sentence. Okay. So your wick working properly and pulling up candle wax is very important. Alright, got it? You with me so far? So, to make a great candle, you need wax, and then if you choose a scent, and if you choose dye and additives. But basically, you need to choose scent and dye and additives that are formulated or have been tested to work with candles. And you need them in the right amounts for everything to work properly, okay? Because the correct scent and the correct dye are kind of crucial in a way, and unfortunately crayons are not the correct dye. So you have a wax piece plus there we go, plus plus scent plus dye. All right, when you mix the right amount of scent and the right amount of dye, basically what will happen is that the wax, the scent, and the dye will all form a cohesive unit. That's why when you put too much dye or too much scent, you're going to have extra scent and dye just floating around your wax. You don't want that. You want it to adhere properly so that it burns properly. That's the idea we're going for. Hopefully. Alright, so when you use a crayon, crayons don't have dye. They are basically paraffin wax most of the time. Candle wax is made out of paraffin wax, which you think, oh, that's great. But the problem is they don't use dye in their candles. They use pigment. And pigment, while great for reflecting the light and coming in so many different colors, is not basically wax soluble. It's not going to dissolve into your wax. Excuse me. It may look like it's all mixed in there completely, but it's not. Okay, so here is your candle wax, and you're melting it, and you have added your crayon pieces and have dissolved them what looks like all the way into your wax. But the problem is, yes, the candle wax or the crayon wax may have melted in, but the pigments are actually just in little tiny pieces dispersed throughout your candle. So while on the outside it looks like you did your job, up close and personal, there's actually just pieces of pigment everywhere. And sometimes even that pigment is heavier than the melted wax and can sink to the bottom. So you may even get a pool of pigment at the bottom of your candle. Alright, so let's go back to our candle here. You have dyed it with your crayon wax. It looks like it's just red and great, and that's exactly what you wanted. But again, up close, all these little pigments, and your wick is doing its job sucking up the wax. But the problem is it's also sucking up the pigment. And the pigment pieces can get stuck in your wick, and it can clog your wick and choke out your candle. And that is awful, and that is not what we want, because your candle will die and your candle will be sad. Oh, sad candle. I don't want you to create sad candles. I want you to create happy candles that work every time. And that is why we don't use crayons. Now, yes, sometimes using crayons actually work in your candles. You do light your candle and it gets all the way to the bottom, but the success rate is not as high as when you use stuff that's actually meant to dye your candles colors. Just saying. So, the moral of the story, don't create sad candles. Use dye. Use dye that's specially formulated. In the description below, I have a link to my favorite candle dye, and that you're more than welcome to use, of course. This is not sponsored. I just really enjoy using these flutter dyes. They're very cute too, so that helps. Yeah. Also, I have a link to the whole list of my favorite products, and yes, some of them are affiliate links, and I make it very obvious which is which, because transparency is key. And anytime you buy from an affiliate link, I do get a little kickback, and that helps pay for basically my wax and my dye. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Also, you can find me on other social media platforms at Your Wax Girl. I am on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at that username. Same way it's spelled here. Please be my friend, because I like friends, and I like cookies, and all sorts of fun things. So Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, add me, let's be besties. You can ask me your questions there. You can see weird things that I do in my spare time. La 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 la. Alright, so last but not least, I have a question for you. And that question is, hey, what's your favorite crayon color? I know it's really hard, there's a lot to choose from, but I think you could, pick one. And then you could, tell me. Either comment below, or I have a hashtag. Use the hashtag, hashtag, hey wax girl. Yeah, I can't talk today. And use that on Twitter or Instagram, and I will come find your post, and we can be friends there. I love you guys. Peace!